Well, if everyone else is doing it, well, would you look who it is? It's me, Mr. Dwip. So I had this idea, but then I thought, this sounds familiar. And then I saw these and remembered it's been done before. Now, I'm not stealing the idea, just following a trend. So here's some things I think about that could probably be answered with a Google search, but I didn't want to. Qtips. You know, those swabby things we put in our peepholes. And you're not supposed to put Q-tip in your ear. Shut up! We've all got that guy. But yeah, I know. We're only supposed to use them to clean the weird outside cartilage part of our ear, because sticking things in your ear is dangerous. Look, if I'm honest, I have literally never used a Q-tip for its intended purpose. Like, why would I need a special tool for something I could do just as easily in the shower with a rag? In what other scenario would I need to clean that specific part of my ear anyway? All the filth is inside. Why is there a special tool just for that specific part? Whose anti-helix is getting that dirty? Oh, really? A Q-tip actually feels less efficient at that task, because what is this supposed to do to clean that entire part of your ear? There's like no surface area. And if you're not meant to put them in your ears, why the fuck are they ear-sized? Like, why is it advertised as an ear cleaner that you don't use in your ear while also being the best tool for the job? Like, I know we all do it, all right? Even the ones who say we shouldn't. Yeah, you know who you are. It might be dangerous, but we don't take the risk just because it gets the job done nice and easy. It just also feels so goddamn good. Like, you ever get a tickle in there that you just can't satisfy with your finger no matter how deep you stick in that tight little hole? Putting a Q-tip in your ear is just like that. Getting it in there and wiggling it nice and good. God, yes. I'm not getting... I always say the best superpower is teleportation. So let's say teleportation was discovered, but like someone misses a comma or something. So instead of teleporting you, the machine just vaporizes you instantly and copies you on the other side. No one would ever know, because anyone that uses it would just think they just teleported. This also applies to like downloading your consciousness to a computer or something. You could just die and a copy of you is what's stored. It would suck if like heaven existed and you have to watch someone else live your life because nobody spotted this fatal flaw in the machine. But also, every time anyone teleports, it would just send another copy to heaven. Speaking of that, do actual genetic clones go to heaven? Like if we cloned a human in a lab, like Dolly the sheep or something, when they're inevitably terminated for being abominations against Christ, do they like count as their own person? Or do they take your spot in the afterlife? Like, let's say you die of natural causes a few years later. Is St. Peter all like, it says here your QR code's already been scanned. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't let you in. I'm sorry, what? Next. So I've wondered this for a while. Isn't fresh water like finite? Only like 3% of the water on Earth is fresh water. So mathematically, this means that at some point in the future, our fresh water is gonna like run out, right? And this is strictly referring to humans, but doesn't like every other living creature on the planet need water to live? So we're not only sharing it with animals, but we're also sharing it with plants. So given that, one would think we'd be a bit more conservative with our water, right? If this is the case, why the hell do we use fresh water in our toilets? Like gallons and gallons of it. It's even more of an insult when you think about third world countries who honestly would kill for a drop of water or die without it. Think about it from the perspective of a child dying of thirst. But let's say you find one lying there moments away from death. Imagine they can't even get a drop of water to quench their parched little throat. And then you show them a video of a diabetic American fat ass literally shitting into the thing they desperately need to live. I get using it to wash your hands and shower, but we're literally putting the most vile thing we can think of into a bowl of potentially drinkable water. Like why didn't we make toilets with salt water? Nobody's drinking that. And then we can have it just flow into the ocean. Like, we already throw our trash there. Why is this any different? Where do homeless people go during the winter? I used to think they like migrate, you know, like birds, but walking across the country doesn't really seem plausible. And they're clearly not all freezing to death since I keep seeing the same homeless faces every year. Hey you, it's been years How are you still homeless? Come to think of it, how exactly does one stop being homeless? They're told to get jobs, but who's realistically gonna hire a homeless person? Like, you always see homeless people hanging around McDonald's, showering in the bathroom with a sink and whatnot, but you never really see them behind the counter. Not legally, anyway. Because nobody wants a homeless person handling their food, touching their change, or getting their filthy homeless funk all over my air. But I'll be honest, I've never really seen anyone with homeless employees. Not that I'm asking them. You know, there should be basic jobs that you can easily get right away with no hassle. Like the jobs nobody wants or nobody cares to do because we have slaves to do them. Or as the media calls them, prisoners. Like cleaning litter or working in those license plate factories like in the TV shows or something. Or if you're young and inexperienced or old and feeble, something easy like, again, cleaning litter or shoveling snow or taking out trash in all the local stores or something. Cleaning up after big events and whatnot. Something where anyone can get them if they have no option but need money to live. So everyone can have a baseline where you can't really have fun with the money, but you can afford a basic living space and food and stuff. And it could be motivation for people to improve their lives and get better jobs by going to school or something. And the easier ones can be given to people who qualify, like the brittle and the broken. And the more labor-intensive ones are just up for grabs for anyone. I feel like that's a good idea. That way, when you ignore one of those things on the side of the road, you don't have to feel guilty for not feeling bad. Why did we decide to drink milk from other animals? Isn't that kind of gross? Let's say the Earth was taken over by human-eating aliens, and along with tearing into our flesh for sustenance, they also pump our breast milk for casual consumption. Isn't that gross? It's the same thing. No one wants to see those things. Not only that, but why don't we drink boob milk anymore? Apparently it still has beneficial nutrients even after waning. So wouldn't it make more sense to stick to the human stuff instead of drinking other species' milk? Imagine how much money women would make if they had the option to sell their breast milk to local stores. You can even spice it up by adding your own flair to it, changing what you eat, personalizing the flavor, which is apparently a thing. So there could be competition about whose milk tastes the best, and the winner could boast to all the moms about the efficiency of their new diet on their chesticle vesicles. And just imagine your face on the carton. No, not like that. Selling something that's fully yours and all natural. No GMOs. Maybe some GMOs. Although, the thought of that still feels gross. But then again, isn't that only because it's not commonplace? You know what? To hell with societal standards. Let's flip the script. Change it up. It's better than normal. It's tit to table. Though I bet vegans will still find some issue with it. But ladies, I say get those pumps out and get that bank.
Sorry, your spot's taken.
Oh, come on!